Come on, you Reds.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the Red and White Show. Hope you're all feeling tremendous tonight. Obviously, it's the Red and White Show. First one we've done in a long while. It seems forever since last time after the Red and White Show. So it is nice to be getting back onto here and actually doing the Red and White Show. So obviously we have got the live chat side, we have got the membership as well. So any of you guys want to do that, you can do. Obviously, Forest losing yesterday, unfortunately, to Liverpool, but you can't be any more proud of the team than what you are, because obviously the fans turned up. Obviously, they're really, really good, and that the players put that sort of defensive performance that we actually wanted. So it was really, really good. I mean, get your comments coming in about it. Patrick saying good evening, mate. Good evening. Hope you're well, Mr. Patrick Swayze. But yeah, you can't fault the players one bit, and that must be what they did for the and what Force did with the presentation into an end. So really, really good. I mean, it just did show how much we was behind the team, and that how much we wanted to up our game. So really, really happy with that. So I mean, just going to show how we are as a club at the minute. We are striving forward. I mean, Stevie Cooper spoke about it as well, saying that he wants the team to be that togetherness, and obviously it is showing. So really, really happy with that. And get your comments coming in as per usual. We have got the super chat on as well. We have got the memberships. So obviously it's really, really good, and it will help the channel inside out. Patrick Tracy saying great game, played well now, get back to the league, let's keep going and get in the playoffs. Sky's the limit for that. I mean, yeah, fair enough that we didn't get to Wembley, but it shown by Vinny, if we get up to a really, really good level, that we will get into playoffs, and feel that Forest has shown that we can perform to a high level, and that if we carry on doing what we're doing, I think we will get into playoffs. I mean, we got 3 games on Blackburn, and that's 9 points. Win them games 9, I mean, we'll be up there. So I think didn't know shadow of doubt about it. So it'd be interesting to say the least. So I mean, but yeah, I'm getting back. But yeah, I mean, it's nice for the younger generation to see that sort of Forest Liverpool game yesterday. Obviously, won't do it. I've got Mr. Turton.
Finally arrived. I mean, my computer took long enough.
Your mates around anyway, and not team dropping points up there. Let's our win and get to the promised land. How did you take on yesterday's game?
I mean, we held them to a 1-0 loss at home against one of the probably top sides in the Premier League. So I mean, you can't not be proud of Forest at the minute. I mean, we are achieving something phenomenal right now.
Yeah. Do you think it's now we can focus on the lead now and get them points in for to get into playoffs?
Well, other teams are dropping points, and you just got to look at the gap. We are 3 points off fifth with 3 games in hand. It's on us. And at this precise moment in time, we are probably one of the clubs needing an international break because our players have started dropping like flies. But you get through the international break, and then you're 3 weeks away from 2 defenders coming back. So at the end of the day, we just got to do our bit and we see where it lands us.
Yeah. Patrick saying yes, it's Luke watching after tea. Beans and toast.
I had a potato.
Oh, nice.
What did you have, Patrick?
Yeah. But yeah,
now I've got the formalities out of the way. Let's carry on.
yeah. Now Luke and Patrick acted to chat. Obviously, it's not been for a toilet break. Yeah.
Nope, it's been a technical break today.
Yeah. Patrick said, Luton offline, we need to get pace back and stick with the keeper. Samba will have to wait. That is an interesting topic about Samba, because obviously, I thought this got yesterday, and a lot of people were saying that they wanted Samba back in, so.
I don't really think that Samba's got a leg to stand on to get back in at the minute. Because you just got to look at Horvath. He's come in and, all right, goalkeepers concede goals, but he's not done a lot wrong. And he looks fairly comfortable, composed. He's not got the antics of Samba. And at the end of the day, Bruce Samba lost his place from doing something stupid. Why would you then put him back in the side when you've got a fairly confident, decent keeper in Horvath playing and in immense form?
It does make sense. But yeah, I mean, it did well yesterday. I mean, it was unfortunate for their goal, but I mean, it was offside, probably offside anyway. I know there've been different angles of the offside goal, but he did really well yesterday.
Well, you can't blame Horvath for the goal. I mean, we were playing Liverpool, and they have players that will probably be clinical in front of goal. We didn't take our chances yesterday and got punished. How many times have we seen that lesson come around?
Quite a lot.
But it wasn't the end of the world because we got to the quarterfinals. We are 9th at the table, 3 points off the playoffs, with 3 more games to play than everybody else. And, you know, it was the worst start in 108 years. So you've just got to look at the positive side of things. Yes, it'd been nice to have beaten Liverpool, but, you know, just have to keep waiting.
Perhaps on about toilet breaks. But yeah, completely agree to be fair. Now it's going back to the obviously this international break now. It's like you're right that it has came at the right time.
Well, I think a lot of players were starting to show a bit of fatigue as well, to be honest, with the constant playing games, and then it was shown with picking up a few injuries. We've had illness within the camp as well with Lowe, Zink, Jed Spence had it a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean, you've just got to try and get through the next 2 weeks with no training injuries, and it might even give us time to work on a back three that's not McKenna, Cook, Worrell. Might bring Panzo back up to a bit more fitness and Basel up to some more fitness. You know, our training is a bit like matches anyway now. We are very intense, but it also gives the likes of Worrell, Yates, Surridge, Davis a bit of a rest. So then when they come back for Blackpool, they're fully refreshed and you can have a go for that last run of the season and see exactly where it lands us. And hey, positive note, Graven's back after the international break.
Yes. Which is nice. It will give us more of a go for it as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, Davis been in form and so's been on form, so Graven will have to work hard to get back into that team.
Yeah, but can you imagine? You have Davis on, then you can bring either Surridge on or Graben on. I mean, opposition are thinking, seriously?
Yeah.
And it's a nice position to be in. You are starting to get options. I mean, we still have options even with our injuries.
Yeah. Which is quite scary.
I mean, you look at that back four yesterday, they didn't do a lot wrong.
No.
You can't actually blame anybody for the goal that was conceded, to be fair. It was just a typical kind of playing a Premier League team with a bit of quality and an offside decision that didn't go against you, didn't go for you. It's just what it is.
Yeah. Patrick saying it just shows the players what it's like. Leicester, Arsenal, Liverpool, wait for them to show we can hold our own against the big boys.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at, say, the teams that are mid-Premier League, we can probably give mid-Premier League a good run for their money now. And the top sides, we can keep them within a goal. We didn't get absolutely pummeled last night, and that's all you can really ask, really, isn't it? Just go out, give it a go. And I don't think anybody really expected Forest to beat Liverpool. You wanted them to, but I don't think you expected it.
Yeah. I can agree with that. But yeah, I mean, I forgot what I'm saying now. Old age. But yeah, I couldn't. But Finney, what do you make of the Finney? What they did in Trent and for McIntyre?
I mean, Force are just brilliant, really, aren't they? They come up with idea after idea after idea. I mean, that's the fourth display we've had this season.
Yeah.
In the Trent end. We've had one in our end for the floating flag. You know, it just shows a bit of a different touch to some of the other grounds and teams and fan bases within the Championship. And it's got a Premier League feel about it, just not in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. I mean, the turnaround to get that done was quite quick as well, if you think about it, because it was only really, 10 days, 11 days from when we played Huddersfield, so the turnaround to get that in and all that, really, really good.
Wow, I mean, I reckon they were already working on that anyway. They'd have had the idea and then they'd have put it together, and to be honest, there's a lot of lads at Forza, so they've probably just all mucked in, got it sorted and done.
Yeah. Patrick saying could Cooper be the new Clough? Well, contract he has got. See, the owners will stay yesterday.
I don't understand this obsession with comparing present managers to past managers. Cooper, for me, is probably the best manager we've had of this kind of from 2000 onwards. The connection he's got with the fans, the drive that we've now got, the fact that we're bringing young players in from here, there, everywhere that were out of favourite clubs. Now clubs just want to grab their hands on them because they're that good. But I don't think that the new Clough really is giving credit to Brian Clough. You don't need to compare the two. He's just a manager that's doing well at the club. Extremely well. To say that some fans thought that this squad wasn't good enough at the start of the season.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I just said about coming in on the back of a bad run of 7 games, bottom and turned it round. But at the same time, that's all it took was a change of mentality. It's like I was at the start of the season, I've been a broken record. You don't attack, you don't score goals. And if you don't score goals, you don't win football matches.
It was like a broken record to the fair, guys.
But hey presto, we have this attacking intent. The fans are now loving it, and we're winning football matches. I mean, that's the first time we have lost in this calendar year at home. It's been 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat now. Can you imagine saying that at the start of the season, that the turn of the year, you'll go into 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat?
Not really.
And that draw was Stoke when Samba got sent off at 1-1.
I could have lost that one.
The other thing that I think people have been very confused about at the start of the season is if you'd have said Ryan Yates was going to score 8 goals.
Yeah.
He's become a bit of a striker.
Everyone did want him at the start of the season. And saying that Colback Yates can't work together. And now, okay, now.
I think the way I worded it was Colback and Yates doesn't work in the tactics we were playing, which it didn't. This way, it does work. Then again, we're not really seeing Colback Yates. We're seeing Yates gone.
Yeah.
Because Colback's having to play a large part of the season at left back. And he's doing it fairly well, to be fair.
Yeah. It is, to be fair, and it's quite nice to see.
I wouldn't want to be the person that decides the player of the season at the end anyway. It's going to be a massive headache.
Yeah. I think Jed would get it, to be fair.
Yeah, but then you're not picking Worrell or Yates. Or Johnson or Garner. Or McKenna. I've got you now, Dan.
Yeah, to be fair. You got anything that you want to talk about on the show tonight?
All right, here's one for you. If you had to pick right now your goal of the season for Forest, what would it be?
Spence, but QPR.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah.
But we've had some decent ones, haven't we, this season?
Yeah. Or that or the one against Blackpool for Brennan. That was more of a team goal than it.
Yeah, I'm pretending I actually remember that goal.
Yeah, I can tell.
I mean, I mean, that game was a long time ago. We've scored a lot of goals since then.
Yeah, just a bit.
Jed Spence gets it for me regardless, because it's either the Jed Spence goal against Leicester or the Jed Spence goal against QPR.
Yeah. Can't. Yeah, tell us what you think, guys. Well, yeah.
Ooh, comment.
Andrew saying the Forest fans and the Forest team are credit to a club outstanding support throughout the game, but the league is our bread and butter. We mustn't now push on for promotion.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Same here.
The cup run was a luxury, and you can learn a lot from the cup games. But in a sense, now we've got to really push on and not turn in and do a Cardiff performance.
Yeah.
You don't want to be sitting there at the end of the season being 3 points off, thinking, I wish we'd won this game.
Preston did it the other year. I think it was Preston. They must start on single goal in the playoffs.
Well, I don't think our goal difference will be much of a problem unless we get absolutely torn apart by Bournemouth and Fulham.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something. I don't think we are that off it compared to Fulham.
Not really.
I mean, how far did Fulham get in the FA Cup compared to us?
Not that far.
I mean, Bournemouth are in a bit of a sticky patch. Nobody below that wants second place. I mean, Luton have gone up to third. But again, I don't think they're that great. I think they're just picking up wins against teams that are not wanting to win, or they're just getting lucky. Huddersfield, I just have a general dislike to now. Especially after their fans have called us Firework FC. I'm glad that's rattling fans, by the way.
Yeah.
It's really amusing. It's a Greek takeover and setting them off.
Oh, it is.
And it's so funny.
Yeah. Look at me. Alright. Wow, 4 people watching. So I'd like to say thank you for coming on.
No worries.
Alright then, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share,